What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
How you doing, dude? Puto Face. We're talking about the Puto Face crew.
PFK. People don't know about
Shout out to PFK.
Puto Face
Puto
crew.
Face crew. You know who you are when we see you. Like, look at that Puto. But look at his face. You're like, no, look at not his shoes. Look at his face. He's a Puto. the Puto Face
Hey,
crew.
dude, you were saying earlier about the clique and the clan. I know you've told me before, but what was the whole thing? It was like in Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
That's where I live now,
Okay.
by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You would have been in heart of clique and clan fighting territory. You'd have been like the Cowboys and the Indians were fighting in your backyard.
And it's like the 80s, right?
Yeah, this was the 80s. This was right around. See, I graduated in 87. So the heart of it was, 85, 84, 85. And what it was
It was a gang, right? At the end of the day?
yeah, at the end of the day, is it turned into a gang. Because what it was a group of friends. Like there was these dirties over here, and then my group of dirties over here, my buddies. And I think it started, I'm almost sure it started over a girl.
A girl. God damn it.
It started over West Side Story, dude. Like it started over a girl that like both of these, one of my buddies and one of those dudes had gone out with or whatever, used to go out with, and now this one was or something like that.
Are you trying to say that pussy is evil?
Something.
It creates all the chaos that we know today?
Yes. She spawned Beelzebub out of her panache. So they had a beef, and I remember I lived across the street from Jeff on the other side by the football field.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
On Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, I walk my dog by there.
Okay, the third house. Well, actually, the first house. Well, okay, no. Well, there's apartments, and then there's a
Those
duplex.
are nice houses, bro.
Yeah, well, they're nicer on the baseball field side.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, on this side, they're all right, but they're not like they are on that other side. On the side, like I'm talking.
Yeah, there's been some renovations in that place.
Yeah, the other side is like I'm talking hundreds of thousands, and the side that I grew up in, tens of thousands. Like, so.
But in the 80s too, right? It was a totally different neighborhood back then.
Oh yeah. My parents probably bought that house for $40,000 back then.
Dang.
And I mean, I don't know if today they can get to. My parents still own the house there, and they bought the house next door. So my niece rents the one house I grew up in, and my nephew, her brother, rents the house next door. So they're still there in the neighborhood. So I'm there in the neighborhood a lot. But so we grew up right there, and after school and before school, everyone would meet at my house. Like people that rode their bikes to school would ride their bike to my house.
Are you confessing to starting the gang yourself?
No, I'm not, sir. Can I treat this person as a hostile questioner?
Hostile questioner.
Because no, but everyone would meet at my house, and then so I remember one day one of my friends, I don't want to say his name, but I think he came over, and I remember saying, "Dude, we're gonna go meet at the corner and fight at the Manor Baptist Church. It's at the school playground church thing that's at the corner."
He said him and some other guy.
He said they were gonna fight over this girl.
Oh,
so
shit.
everyone met at my house.
How romantic.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So we all went over there, and they fought, but the dude he fought with had brothers that jumped in, and then my friends jumped in, and then it broke up because I guess parents pulled up and all this shit, and it broke up, and people came out and they stopped it. But that started the beef. The beef was already on right there from that. So it turned into those dudes. And then they started calling themselves the clique, and we were the clan. Because it started from the clan. As if this friend of mine would say, "Let's go out, the whole clan of us." The whole clan of us is going to go out. The whole clan. Who's going out? Oh, the whole clan of us is going out. The whole clan of us is going out. And then at a party, I think it was and then we had a group of people from Holmes that became our friends too. So they were
all the way over there.
Yeah. So we had this big group of friends from Holmes and Jeff that started the clan basically at the same time. Jeff first, I'm talking, but right at the same time we were starting, but it started because of what was going on at Jeff. And even though some homesters would probably want to dispute this, but that's how it was going on my end. I mean, I'd like to hear the story if it is different, but I think I'm telling it correctly. And then but those dudes were our buddies right at the beginning too. And I think it was a Holmes party. And a big old fight broke out, and
Holmes the high school. Yeah.
At Holmes High School, and then one of my friends was fighting with some dude, and he got him on the ground and was popping him or whatever, and he was saying, "Don't fuck with the clan."
Oh shit!
Well, that dude ended up in the hospital getting stitches, and a newspaper reporter, or I guess his mom called the newspaper and said that her son was jumped by this a gang of kids that called themselves the Klan, and so that's when that blew up.
Oh shit!
And then every once in a while, like we had a friend whose parents were in a band, so a lot of times on the weekend they were out doing a gig, and they would invite us over, and it was 3 girls, and they would invite us over.
How old were you guys?
Juniors in high school.
Oh, okay.
Sophomore, junior, and it was 3 girls, and they were like, one of the little girls, I mean, I'm talking, they were like 13, 14, and 16, and then, you know, we'd hang out there and drink a beer or two, you know, we thought we were being crazy in high school, and I just started driving, so 16.
Did it do any effect, having a beer?
Oh, yeah, we get all buzzed and
really?
shit. And then we'd sneak shots.
Yeah, because you guys are babies. You're like 16.
And I'm skinny as fuck too. Anyway, I'm skinny now. I was skinnier back then. And then this girl's parents had parents were in a band, so they had a little bar, one of those globes that opened up and was a bar. So and weed paraphernalia.
Oh,
they were like hippies, dude.
They were the cool parents.
Yeah, but they were like, but they would leave to do the gigs. They didn't know we were actually getting into their shit, and then they had found their library of porno VHS tapes.
Of course. And
they had this big screen TV that the front
was it like hardcore?
Oh shit, I remember those.
I mean, it was
like
porn.
Penetration.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was porn.
Because there's some where they're pretty artsy, where the girl's just like holding her hair.
No, this was porn. They were fucking and with Bush and everything, and back then and that was
God
how
bless America.
And
right?
then you have to rewind it to that spot where it was at and put the tape away before the parents came home.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and then we did that, you know, maybe once every so many months, you know, but that was your access to porn. Now, you want to see someone fuck a donkey, you know, and it's right there. Yeah, dude, and it's right there with just a tap of the fucking toenail, and it's fucking on. So, who knows what some of these kids, like when I was in prison, there was this dude in prison. You can't. They had those porn little books. I guess like you ever go to back then. I mean, in the military, and you go to some of these places, and there's the magazines, but there's these little books that are like, it's like if they took pictures at a porn shoot.
No.
Yeah, and it's actually they show penetration up close, and then the cum shot and all this shit. And it's a little book of maybe, you know, 10, 15 pages of this, but hardcore real pictures up close.
Yeah.
And people would get these in prison, but they have to be sent from the bookstore. You can't buy it and send it to someone because you could hide stuff in it. So people would go, I guess, and go to a bookstore and say, hey, pay this and send it to this address. And those are the super hardcore books. And they would get those and rent them out.
Ah!
Yeah, you rent that for, if I don't have any money, but I've got that book.
I mean,
I've got money.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat every night. I said, give me a can of soup. I mean, give me a soup and a can of food for this. Use it for tonight. You can look at the book tonight. And then I get in, I rent to the next night. But there was a dude that had that book every night. Like this dude was like jacking off, like, and he was crazy. Like, I can't wait to get out. And I like a psycho dude. And I was thinking like, dude, but you have to give those magazines up at some point. When now, like if that same dude, I think what he has access to now, he's probably sitting like, this dude was not right.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know, and I think about that now, like what someone that's not right, how they could develop a porn obsession now because they have such easy access to it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, like you see so many more people getting busted.
Don't you think that's kind of like that's one part that I always wondered, like if people that are in prison, I wonder if they were allowed to fuck. Maybe like, would it make situations less tense?
We're having what do you mean, like the other dudes?
Like let's say
or not for the dude getting fucked.
I don't think that's calling it being allowed. That's just somebody doing something.
He's like, I know he doesn't seem so tense anymore, but my tension has really stepped up a level. You know. But because
no, ladies, like maybe like legalizing prostitution and having
conjugal visits.
Right.
They used to have them in California. I think they still have them in.
But how is that? How normal is that?
It's pretty rare. It's very rare. It's very rare. It's not easy to get a conjugal visit. I don't even know if they allow them anymore because I think when they did allow them, the problem was
people were just taking it from one butt to the other.
No, dudes get their chick comes to see him. They get her pregnant. She goes and is on welfare, just having kids. The state's paying for this dude to keep banging his chick, and they keep having kids, and the state's paying
how
for everything. It turned into a political thing.
That can't be normal, right?
That what? Chicks on welfare?
People do that. People would do that specific activity so much that they would go, oh yeah, well maybe not let them fuck.
I think so. That's a big part of it.
Really?
Yeah. About them, you know, like who's gonna raise these kids? The dude's locked up, and they're just girls just having kids and living in the projects and having more kids. This dude's been in prison 10 years and had 3-4 kids, in the state, and state's paying for it. Is that fair? Stop conjugal visits. Someone had that angle.
Damn.
Yeah, you know.
But so you don't think letting people fuck prostitutes or whatever,
dude, I wish, dude, that they allowed that was on the commissary list when I was locked up, bro. Dude,
so you think it would fix something, right? Like people would be less on edge, maybe.
Well,
because I know sometimes I'm pretty grumpy.
Because you sit up and watch En Caliente on Saturday morning on fucking TV, and I watch all them chicks dancing on the beach in fucking bathing suits and bikinis and shit, and everyone's fucking lined up, and as soon as that show's over, everyone's gone to their cell and trying to go to the shower and shit. If right after that show it was prostitution time, like it would fucking been awesome, you know?
God damn.
And the prostitutes wouldn't even have to been there very long, dude. I guarantee you, dude. They could have stepped in there for a minute or two and been gone, you know?
It could be a conveyor belt of dudes just thrusting.
Dude, and because, you know, it's weird. Like when I got to a Beto 1, which is a maximum security prison, it's like fucking rowdy. The day room is a cage in itself. Like if a fight breaks out in the day room, they just close the fucking cage to the day room, and you're locked in there. There's actually a training video that they show. They show the guards of 2 dudes in the day room. They locked the door on them, and it's I think they're in the same gang, and one had fucked up, so the other guy was supposed to take him out.
Yeah.
And they lock the door, and they don't go in if the one dude has a weapon for the guard's safety. They tell them to lay down and all this other shit, and if they don't, they just leave it up to them. Good luck. So this dude pulls out a knife on the other dude and they're running around the cell, and they're filming the whole thing. And they're running around the day room, and they had locked the door, and the dude's saying, help, and the dude's coming at him, and he's got this big old knife, and he's swinging at him, and the dude's throwing punches at him, and get me out, and they're like, this dude drop the knife, and they're yelling at the other dude to drop the knife, and the dude's going at the other guy, he cuts him, and they're running around, cuts him till the dude finally goes down, and then the dude gets on him and stabs him fucking to death. Then he throws the knife, and then he lays down, and then they come in. They won't go in if there's a weapon.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal. Those maximum security prisons like that, dude, are fucking. Yeah, that place.
How long did you spend? Because from what I understand, they shift you, right? Like they move you from prison to prison.
Yeah, because I went to
just
a bunch
so you don't
of
get too
prisons.
Chummy with everybody.
Well, so you don't dig a hole through a wall somewhere. You know? Like they saw Shawshank Redemption too. You know, no
Is
posters.
That why they do that?
It's for part of the reason that you're not got some big plot going. But there's some people that end up in prisons for years too. There are some that don't like, but you know, when you're young and in the prison system, you get moved a lot. I think, you know, when you're a young person and they put you in different jobs and shit, they just move you.
They see you like a breed of animal.
Yeah,
like
you're cattle. You're cattle in there. And because they moved me to a few different prisons, and just for no reason. Like when I finished college, when I was going to college, and then when I finished a semester, and I was getting ready to sign up again, like fuck, because the prison I was at was cool, low tension, you know, just here and there, nothing major. I was already been there a couple of years, was already in tight with all the homeboys, and I'm going to college there. And then I was like, man, when I finish this, I'm gonna sign up for college again, because if you're in college, they won't ship you. So I was like, but I was getting close to like having like 5 years on a 7-year sentence.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, if I keep staying in college, they'll just leave me at this prison. I'll do maybe my last few years here, and cool, this place isn't bad. And right when I finished college, dude, like that week, they shipped me to fucking Beto 1, dude.
Oh, so that place was towards the end of your.
It was right at the end. It was the last place I went to.
Oh my God! Talk about life being like earn your shit.
Yeah,
earn
it's
your
kind of
way
like
out, motherfucker.
it was the whole. We're gonna give you a taste of the worst fucking place and one of the worst prisons in the Texas prison system before you go home.
What is that? Beetle one. What is that?
BETO. Look up B.
Oh, it's an acronym.
Yeah. No. His name it's Beto, warden of Beto Unit in Anderson County. They call it the Mexicans call it George Beto.
Oh.
Apparently, he was it's usually named after some ex-governor.
George
Beto, yeah, or Beto. I don't know.
Beto.
But Mexicans call it Beto Uno way.
Beto Uno.
Because there's Beto 1 and Beto 2.
Oh yeah, because there's a distinction, by the way, between the Mexicans and the Mexican Americans.
Oh yeah, the Paisas.
Oh shit,
The Paisas are the Mexicans.
Yeah.
Was this it?
Yep. There's that run right down the middle of it, and then you're on the wings on each side,
shit.
That thing's
and that's the
huge.
rec yard. There's the rec yard in the middle. There's like I want to say 3,500 to 5,000 inmates on that.
Oh my
fucking
God,
unit.
dude, it's a whole fucking.
So when shit goes down on Beto, dude, it goes down, dude. Like fucking motherfuckers are getting stabbed, guards are getting stabbed, fucking inmates are getting stabbed and raped. There's like you hear about rapes on that prison because a lot of people are doing life there.
Oh shit.
A lot of motherfuckers are doing life there.
It's just people that really do not give a fuck.
Yeah, and dude, and it's crazy when you first walked into the showers. I remember. Like some dudes were like, dude, you walk in there and there's a female guard handing out the towels and the soap, dude, and butt naked. You walk up to her butt naked and she's just like, get the fuck out of my face, just go. And then you go and there's all these dudes in the shower and there's a back part of the shower that was like, the water was hot as fuck, steamy. And there's some shit going on back there that you didn't want to see or want to be around.
Oh shit.
And yeah, I remember freaking out at that. They were like, no, because this one dude was back on the wing talking shit about how we're gonna watch this tonight, or I'm gonna fucking that, or no one's gonna watch TV. But he was in the shower sucking dick a little bit earlier, and dudes are like, "Dude, that motherfucker was in there sucking dick," and I was like, "Yeah, that's him, right? That was that motherfucker, wasn't it?" And I was like, "I thought so."
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "Bitch, you ain't calling."
Well,
nothing
let's rewind because
to the shower.
What charger?
That white charger?
What are you talking about? Your computer's about to die? You motherfucker.
Dude, what kind of fucking bullshit? You're like on what is that movie where they're filming with the one with it's like 15 minutes with Robert De Niro and the guy's trying. Oh no, it's Speed. When the terror, no, it's True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. When they're filming him, the terrorist is supposed to film they're filming the battery's dying on it.
Oh yeah. True Lies.
Yeah,
You didn't know when to
you know what you do? That was Josh right now. When I was watching him walk around, dude. It's
I was looking for it.
yeah, good one, Josh.
I couldn't find the charger,
Yeah,
and then I found it.
okay, good move, Josh.
No, but I was gonna ask you because we need to rewind because we just went into to prison.
We went into prison. Yeah.
But because if you guys don't know, Edward is actually the person that I talk about in one of the jokes that I do about playing chess. I'm gonna find it and intersplice it right here, and then so people gonna know that the Edward's a real person. And
So they say.
and he did go to prison
For robbing
this is,
a
this
jewelry
is
store.
record. It's on record for robbing a jewelry store in Midland, Texas.
We don't have. Shout out to Midland, though.
But this was, what did you say, 95?
91.
It was in 91. Oh, but you went in.
I didn't go to prison till 95.
So it took them 4 years to.
It took me 4 years to get to prison. I was determined to get there, dude. But yeah, it took me 4 years because they didn't catch us for a while either.
Right, like you guys went in. You just went into the.
No, they didn't catch us we went and robbed the jewelry store and they didn't catch us right away. They didn't catch us for months.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we got rid of everything. Like they didn't even get nothing back. Like,
fuck, dude.
yeah, like when they raided us, Actually, I think they did get some rings back from the driver. For some reason, he had ended up with a couple of rings, and when they raided him, I think they got him. But like from the rest of us, they didn't get nothing.
Like earlier we were talking about like back then about the big cell phones and fancy stuff like that. Is that what like what did you have in mind when you said, "Hey, fuck it, let's rob a jewelry store for real"? Like was it like wanting to have stuff like that?
That's not how it. I didn't come up with the idea. My friends were already doing this.
You're not on trial, sir.
Yes. Okay. Hold on a second, Your Honor.
First of all, Your Honor, I did not. At no point do I recall the event in question.
But we did look up the statute of limitations for aggravated robbery the other day, and I believe it said it was 6 years.
Oh shit!
Which leaves me way out of the water. So, no, but we. I didn't come up with a plan to. I had gotten out of the Navy and was.
That's another thing. You're also a fucking veteran.
Yes, I had gotten out of the Navy and I had a wife and 2 kids, so I was looking for a job and getting like doing these just part-time gig jobs or whatever, and not liking anything, and so I knew I wasn't going to stay.
Yeah,
and the money I'd saved up from the military was running out, and these 2 homeboys of mine.
Oh, I feel you.
One good friend of mine was like a real good friend. Mark was like a real good, like we were real tight. He was running around with this dude, Freddie, who I knew from high school. I knew he was from the neighborhood. He lived right by Jeff too on Club. And,
yeah.
And
was he part of the clan?
No, he wasn't. But he was friends with. Like he didn't go out with us to party. We were all in a big group. He was just a loner dude that he'd show up in a badass car. You know, wearing you know, nice clothes or whatever, but he was friends with us, and so it was you know, so we knew him. He was cool. He was a little dude. He was like 5'3", you know, little dude. So anyway,
picturing a big dude when you told me about him.
No, he's a tiny little dude, 105, you know, 105 pounds, 5'3".
This is 80s before they started putting steroids in the chicken.
And there was no steroids in the chicken, and so. So he would come around and I'd see him in his nice cars, and then Mark started running around with him, and I was like, "Hey, what the fuck is Freddie doing?
What's up with homie?"
And he says, "Oh, dude," he said, "you know, we got something lined up, dude. We're gonna do this, but I can't tell you unless you're in." And I was like, "Nah, I don't need to know that, bro." So they went, and the next thing you know, he had this Mark's got sporting all this shit, you know, and he was like, "Bro, you need to go. It's easy, bro. You need to go." And then I was like, nah. So they must have gone and done another one. And then by then money's running out, dude. And he's like, "Dude, you know," and I'm like, "Oh, what? What is it?" Then I need to know, you know, first. Tell me. And he was like, "We're robbing jewelry stores, bro. It's easy." And so I was like, "Fuck, dude. I don't know, man. I'm not really about that."
When you first heard him say that, like, we're robbing jewelry stores, did you get like some kind of adrenaline or
no? From him saying it, I thought, fuck no, I ain't doing that, dude. That's like you saying right now, let's go rob a jewelry store. I'd be like, fuck you, bro. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know, I was like, no, I'm not doing that, dude. Like that's out of my league. You know, I'm not doing that. And then it wasn't. Then I joined the league, you know. League of their own. I was like, I want to join. And then so they were just high-siding so much with so much shit, dude. You know, Freddie had he had a Ninja. He had 2 Honda Hurricanes. He had
How old are you guys?
23.
23. Damn, what the fuck? Oh.
He's got a Mazda RX-7 all tricked out, looks like a Porsche. He's got a Mazda B2200 mini truck, and that was big in the day. The mini trucks were big. He had one all decked out, a mini truck all lowered, and he had 215s and everything, you know. And he had this Beamer, this badass red Beamer, all slammed. He had a 300ZX, all slammed with 215s in it. Everything had 215s in it, system and rims. He had all these fucking vehicles. He should be showing up all the time. High-siding at parties, he'd show up. Damn, fucking Freddie, you know,
and you're in your early 20s,
and I'm fucking bleeding to death slowly, you know, fucking and so I said, you know, let's go. So we went, and we did it, you know, and got away with it. It was easy. They weren't lying, and then they started planning another one, and I only got a small part because I did a small part of that one.
Yeah.
And so they said, but if you want a bigger cut, you got to go into the store with us. So they were already planning their next one. And I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, I need some real money. And then they were like, all right, we need.
But how does that mental change go from like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, to all of a sudden going like, fuck, dude.
Well, once we did the first one, it was so easy that you went.
No, but I'm saying in between the first one and him,
fuck no.
Yeah.
Financially getting strapped, going, I'm about to be
when I was
fucking homeless.
when I was in New York, I was so broke. There was a moment. There was a moment where I was like, I could see why Edward robbed the jewelry store, because sometimes it gets so tough that you look at your bank account and you go, motherfucker, if there was something I could just do fast because I'm about to go under.
Yeah, and that's what it was, and with a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
So I threw a Hail Mary pass, you know, and it wasn't worth it. I'll tell you now. I mean, I did it. We got away with it, and it was fun at the time. But I don't realize like the hurt that I put that family through that owned the jewelry store, the people that were in the jewelry store. We didn't hurt anybody,
right?
But we hurt them financially, I'm sure, or emotionally. The
trauma of going through
being in a robbery. And
dude, I've been in like a public place where people just got into a fist fight. And I was startled. Like, oh my God, there's a fist fight. Now imagine somebody walking in like armed and going like, everybody get the fuck down.
See, I think I would be like, that would trip me out, not knowing what someone's going to do that's a loose cannon in a robbery. Because really, I was thinking about it.
You put yourself in those situations? Like, mentally? Like, how would I react?
Bro, recently I just did a whole rundown of how lucky I am to be here, because I realistically could have been involved in at least 3 murders at that time from the robbery progression. Because, okay, I went and did the robberies. And then we got away with them. And then they were planning the next one when the cops started looking for Freddie. We went and talked to a lawyer. The lawyer says they know about Freddie. They know there's 3 of y'all involved, maybe 4.
The 3 of you went to a lawyer and sat with him and told him.
And sat with the lawyer and said, look, this is, we gave him money.
Oh, that's the how do you call it? Confidentiality. You can like basically tell him you did
can tell him. We told him, he said, I need the truth from y'all. If I'm going to defend y'all, I need to know the real truth. So we said, look, this is what we did. And we told him the truth. So he said, okay, let me do some investigating and then I'll get back with you in a couple of days. He gets back with the code. We go back into his office. He says, okay, this is what it is. They are looking for 3 people for this robbery, possibly a 4th. They don't know if there was a guy driving or if one of us drove. So they're looking for 3, possibly a 4th. Freddie is one of them. They traced his car back to him, linked it finally back to him, and they were looking for Freddie specifically, but they didn't know who me and Mark were. Or they didn't know about the driver, or if there was even a driver. They were pretty sure there probably was, but they weren't sure. So he said,
was there a driver?
Yes,
there was.
Anthony was driving. So he was like, what do y'all want to do? And then Freddie was like, we're going to give you some watches. Can I give you some jewelry? He said, I can't take any of y'all's jewelry. he said, what if I give you my BMW and my 300Z? And me and Mark said we would give him $5,000 each cash, and Freddie would give him whatever. And he goes, if you do that, dude, and you don't say anything, I guarantee you'll walk. And he said, all right. He said, don't say anything. If you get picked up, tell him I'm your lawyer, that you already have a lawyer, and just shut up. And so we were like, fuck. Okay, so we split and we go about our business. And me and Mark are friends. And real tight friends. And Mark, when me and Mark went back to my place, Mark was like, we got to kill him. We got to kill him, bro. He's going to snitch. What we did is aggravated. There was weapons involved.
You mean like Freddie?
We got to kill Freddie. Mark was saying we got to kill Freddie because they're looking for Freddie. Not they don't know who we are. Freddie's the one who. Dude. So Mark.
You think Freddie ever got it in his head like, these motherfuckers going to try to kill me?
I think Freddie got it in his head he was going to try to kill us.
Really?
Yes. Because before...
That dude was that fucking ruthless, you think he would have been like, I'm gonna take out 2 motherfuckers.
Yeah, before. Yeah, I think he thought about it because before, when we backtrack, before they started looking for, when they first started looking for Freddie, and me and Mark didn't know they were looking for Freddie. They had linked the BMW because he had been doing all these robberies. They had finally got the plates to his BMW and linked it back to his girlfriend's house where it was registered. She lived with her parents. So they showed up at her parents' house with sketches of us. They didn't even have cameras. They just had sketches of the 3 of us. And they said, do you know who these guys are? And apparently her parents said, I don't know, but this one guy looks like my daughter's boyfriend.
Oh, shit.
What's his name? Freddie Martinez. So they started looking for Freddie. And so I don't know. No one knows anything about this. So, but then Freddie finds out they're looking for him. So he comes over to my apartment and says, hey, man, I need to talk to you. I said, what's up? And he goes, well, man, I had this Scout International Jeep. I just got it lifted and put big old tires and all this shit on it. Put a system.
You had just gotten away with it. That's why.
Yeah, he was like, let's go for a ride in your Jeep. I haven't been in your truck yet. And I was like, all right. And so I get in. He goes, hold on, let me get something from my car. And he gets in his car and grabs his Mac 11. But he did it, so he was trying to not let me see. But I was over there looking over because I was up high. And I saw him put it under his shirt. And I said, hold on, man, I got to take a piss. And I went inside and grabbed my 357. And I was like, okay. So I was like, what the fuck's this dude doing? Because Freddie was always kind of sneaky. So I got my 357.
Hence the pistol.
Yeah. And so we go for a fucking cruise. He's going, go here. Go here. You know what? Go up this. There's a spot where I know where there's some trails we can go to. And
dude, that's some scary mafia shit.
Yeah, and then he's like, but because I need to tell you something, bro. I don't even know how to tell you this, Edward. And I'm like, well, tell me. He goes, well, I don't want to tell you while you're driving, dude, because you might freak out, bro. But go over here and then go over here. And he's telling me. And so we go over this curve with these trails and go up here. But are you okay to drive? And I'm like, motherfucker. I just finally stopped. I was like, dude, what the fuck is it, dude? Like, quit fucking playing this game with me. What the fuck's going on? And I'm watching him. He was like, dude, they know everything. And I was like, who knows everything? He's, man, Midland detectives went to my girlfriend's parents' house. They have pictures of all of us, dude. They know everything, dude, about all of us. They have all of our names. And when I was like, what? They don't have my name, bro? Like, they don't know anything? No, they do. They know. They already went and told my girlfriend's parents they know everything. And they're looking for me, dude. I don't know what to do. And I was like, fuck, man. And I was like, let me get out of here. And I got out of that fucking place. I was like, he did grab his gun for a reason. Now, what the fuck? So we went out, and then that's when all right, man, let me figure out what we're going to do. And we dropped him off. I dropped him off. Went to my apartment. He split. And that's when I paged Mark. And, hey, dude, you need to get over here. And then we decided the next day, hey, get over here, Freddie.
You paged.
We had pagers.
You paged Mark.
Yes, I paged Mark. And I tell Mark, we need to go talk to let's go talk to a lawyer.
For young viewers, how does a pager work, by the way?
Yeah. What you do is you get the phone and you call your number, like say this, like it's your cell number, but instead of it ringing, it goes beep, and then you just put in your phone number, and then you hit the pound key. You put in the code like 357 or 911, and then you put the pound key, and that sends it, and then boom, like that, and then you get it, and then you see it. Oh, look, there's Edward. I got to call Edward, and then when you get to a phone, you call me.
You go to a payphone,
or wherever there's a phone. You might be at home, you might be at a friend's or whatever, and you go to a payphone.
Pager, beeper, same shit, right?
Yeah, pager, beeper, yeah. So I thought I was cool. I had a pen one. It looked like a pen, and so that's how they started looking for Freddie. And Mark's like, we got to kill him. We got to kill him. So all he needed, I thought about that one. So all Mark needed was for me to go, you're right, bro. We got to kill this dude. And he would have been like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And we would have killed him. Okay. So say we would have gotten away with that. And
but wait, before you think, when you went out there and drove with Freddie out into that place, do you think that's that he was contemplating on killing you? You think he just backed out at the last moment and was like,
yeah, because he
was in there peeing a little too long.
Yeah, because he was like, he got a lump. He was really excited when he came out after that piss.
He looked more confident.
Yeah.
But you also didn't go to where he told you to go.
I did drive pretty deep into some fucking
Dude, enough to be going.
Enough to be a shootout could go down with maybe no one fucking hearing it. But so, and I just thought, let me get out of here. So say I would have said yes to Mark. Let's kill Freddie. then we would have went and killed Freddie. And say we would have hid the body and they wouldn't have found him. So then we would have been like, fuck.
Now you got to get this motherfucker in the spot,
But before, let me backtrack again once more. Before that, right after we robbed the jewelry store and we had drove the stolen car, jumped in the Beamer and jumped in, and then we were heading back. We stopped. We put all the jewelry under the spare tire, and we're heading back to San Antonio from Midland right after the jewelry store robbery. As we're going down this fucking nothingness highway of nothing, we're maybe 30 minutes out. This big old Ford F950 or whatever fucking farm truck comes up next to us, and these dudes are swerving at us like they're gonna fucking hit us.
This is in the not
Midland.
one of the big ones, I-10 or
I guess probably I-10. We're in Midland. It goes all the way straight to West
I don't even
Texas.
know my geography.
So, but we're out there in West Texas, on one of these highways that you use to get to I-10.
Yeah.
So this big giant truck is coming next to us, and they're in the wrong lane, but there's only 2 lanes, and there's nothing out there, and they're acting like they're gonna hit us. And I'm driving, and it's me, Freddie, Mark, and Anthony, and $268,000 worth of stolen jewelry, and a Mac 11, a 357, another pistol in the back too, under the spare tire. When these dudes pull up next to us, we just robbed the jewelry store, trying to get back home now. Dudes pulling up next to us, start fucking with us. Hey, and I was like, what the fuck? I rolled out my window. Dude had his window down, both windows in front and back, and big old white boys are hanging out, wearing overalls like country, like hee-haw and shit. Dude yells at us.
Cartoon character.
So, yeah, I slow down, enough. We're going like 50 something. He says, hey man, y'all wetbacks pull over. I bet one of us white boys could whoop all you fucking wetbacks. And I would have bet money on them, dude. They were some big old cornbread eating motherfuckers, dude. So I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. And they're yelling at him in the backseat, shooting a finger at him. And they're acting like they're swerving at us like they're going to hit us when one dude sticks a deer rifle out the back seat at us. And I was like, oh, shit. And I fucking just hit it with the fucking in the Beamer. Hit it, dude. Doing 130 miles an hour down this fucking nothing highway. Just boom for a while. And they were like, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? Luckily, the middle thing in the back folds open and you can reach into the trunk. But we couldn't reach the gun because it was under the tire. Luckily, because Mark was trying to get the gun out. So I just hit it for a minute, dude. Like, we're gone. Like, we got a good lead on him, and then we pulled over and got the guns out. And what Mark wanted to do was stand there on the side of the road and spray this truck when they come by.
Jesus.
And
dude.
Freddie was like, yeah. And I was like, no. Like, what movie do y'all think this is, motherfuckers? Like, no. So I said, let's get in here and let's get the fuck out of here. But we're going to have to get gas soon. I said, well, stop to get gas. If these dudes pull up on us somewhere and start shit, we'll just keep the guns in the front and fuck it. But we can't risk even getting pulled over and having these guns found in the car,
Fuck,
so,
dude.
well, we put the guns in the front and we went and we stopped in one of the little towns to get gas, and we saw that truck go through the town, dude, and didn't notice us, I guess.
You know what's crazy is those guys are racist, but they were racist because they think all Mexicans are robbers, violent thieves.
No, the irony. And violent thieves and murderers, they're lucky, dude. Because not all of us are. Like,
but you were.
Only 2 and 4 were, dude. And so I would have said, yeah, dude, let's fucking get these motherfuckers, and we would have stayed there and sprayed this truck. There was like 4 dudes in there. We would have killed probably at least one of them.
Now on top of the stuff they already had on you, now they got shells. Okay. Now they got all that weapons.
So we would have robbed the jewelry store. Then we would have sprayed this truck, and so then I would have had a robbery and then a murder.
Oh, dude, you would have never come out of there.
And then we would have killed Freddie when they started looking for us, and so that would have been 2 murders. And then Mark comes and tells me one day, he says, "Look, dude, we're fucked. Like, we're fucked. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to get a fake ID. I'm going to get a fake social security card. I'm going to move to California. I'm going to get out of here. I know some people, but we need to hit a lick before I go. And I know this spot."
Jesus Christ.
He's like, I know this spot where we can get anywhere from $500,000 to $900,000 cash. It's a drop place for all these delivery trucks. But they have to buzz us in.
An armored truck?
No. It was a spot where they were dropping off or something. And he said, we have to get buzzed in to this building. So we're going to have to steal like a UPS truck type of truck, get a uniform with a clipboard, and go in. He goes, but we have to kill the person working there because we can't leave a witness for the. And I was like, no, dude, I'm not doing that, bro. Like, fucking no. Jesus. So all I would, if I would have said, fuck yeah, bro, we need to hit a lick and get the fuck out of here. Let's do it.
He would have been.
That would have been murder number 3 at least. And we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, bro.
No, I'd be a movie about you motherfuckers.
You'd be watching one on Investigation ID.
Yeah. I've been watching a Netflix special on you.
On how these dudes fucking went on this crime spree.
Instead, you're in my house.
But I was the one that said, no, dude, I'm not. Like, he just needed, like, it's like Bill Burr's joke about, talking about these fucking throw it off motherfuckers. And then you get another one. And now you got 2 of these motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah. Now there's 2 of them.
Yeah. But luckily, I would never morph into one of those. Whenever they brought up doing this crazy, I was like, no, like that's doing the robbery was out of our league, bro. Like, what the fuck are you thinking, dude? Like now
you think maybe because you got started on just like feeling that wallet getting tight, and maybe they were looking for something more of a maybe a I don't know, a thrill or a purpose.
Well, I tell you the difference. Freddie loved to show off. Freddie was about the fucking look at me because he had small man's complex.
Oh.
I started finding more stuff out about him later where he was really just had small man's complex. So maybe he got dumped by a chick and he felt like she thinks I'm too little. Maybe she said, you're too little of a dude. I like bigger dudes. And he was always trying to have the baddest car, the nicest clothes, Rolex, and all the newest Tommies and Polos, Jabos, the newest Red Wings, and shooting was look at me.
So yeah, regardless of how it happened, he had a problem with his self-worth.
Yeah, his self-worth. He needed to show off his stuff, the motorcycles, the different cars. He would show up and even if he showed up for 2 minutes, but he'd show up, hey, look at my new shit. Hey, wow, okay, I gotta go. And then he probably did that all over the city to people.
Oh,
so he had that.
So that's why he was doing that.
That's why he was doing it, because he was showing it all off. Mark liked to be a show off too, but he was easy come, easy go. He would buy it and throw it away too, and be like, "Fuck it." He just liked the thrill. He was about the rush. He was point break, dude. Yeah, he was about the rush. He would have been jumping out of planes and doing all that shit because he didn't smoke or drink or none of that shit. He was just
really.
Yeah, he was about the rush.
Even while you guys robbed that thing, he was not a drinker.
No, he's never been drunk his whole life. Mark died, never have been drunk his whole life.
I've never heard of a criminal.
Yeah, he died in a motorcycle wreck after he did 17 and a half years in prison.
Fuck.
He got 35 years for the robberies, but he had a bunch of them. He had he was on parole when we did this. But while he was on parole, he racked up all these fucking charges because he had multiple robberies. He had he shot at some people, and he did just keep letting him out on bond while he was on parole. So he was racking up all these charges, and these robberies were the last of it. Because he was going to go, when he told me, Dad, about we're doing the last robbery where we got to kill someone. And I was like, no, bro, I ain't doing that shit. And I said, don't tell me anything else about it, bro. I don't want to know anything else about this fucking bullshit that you're doing. And he goes, well, I'm going to go report then at least one more time so I don't have a warrant, and then I'm taking off out of town. You're right. I'm not going to do that. That hit. And then so he went to report, and the cops were waiting for him at when he went to report. And they arrested him at his report.
Isn't that crazy that there's some people out there that all they need is somebody to tell them, yeah, bro.
Yes. That's like I said, that would have been 3. If I was so fucking weak-minded, because Freddie was intimidated by Mark. And Anthony was kind of intimidated by all of us. Mm. And I was older. I was older than Mark. And so he kind of looked up to me.
Yeah,
I was going to tell him to
He saw your voice of reason.
Yeah, stop doing that shit, bro. You're my homeboy. We've already, stop it. So, so I wasn't intimidated by any of them, But Mark was wild, man. Mark was a fucking wild dude. He did the craziest shit, dude.
That was just in his blood to do wild shit.
Yeah, dude.
And obviously, robbing a jewelry store at gunpoint would be something that would get your fucking juices going.
Yeah, and he'd brag about it later on. Yeah, you got him, dude. And because when we did the robbery, he was like, I'm taking the 357 in, man. I can let one of them motherfuckers fuck with me and all this shit. And I was like, no, dude, get the gun away from Mark. Dude, the dude was fucking crazy, dude.
Who laid everybody down?
Freddie did. Freddie, when he walked in, he said, he told me and Mark, give me a couple of minutes.
He's the one that had the Mac 11. What does a Mac 11 look like? It's a little machine gun, like little machine gun, right? Like a Uzi. It's like the ones in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that all the bad guys are like.
Yeah, those little grease gun. I don't know what they call it, but
what is that, like a 9mm?
9mm. And he goes, well, I'm gonna give me a couple of minutes. He said, I'm gonna go in there.
Ooh.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh shit!
He said
it is like an Uzi. Exactly like an Uzi. It's a 45, 4.5.
Well, I think you can get it in whatever caliber,
Yeah.
See, Tech 9.
Tech 9. Oh yeah, it's probably the 9, right?
Yeah. So he goes, I cock it once, and believe me, that gets their attention. They do anything you tell them once I cock it. So he said, just give me a couple of minutes before y'all come in. So when me and Mark walked in, he was still talking to them.